Did you know there are a ton of bots in WoW that are making absolutely insane amounts of gold as we speak when it comes towards gold making and potentially inflating the price? Let us begin. Now, a user of my Discord actually brought this to my attention about an hour ago called 𝐆𝐿𝐄, and he was mentioning that a gold farm, while using 𝐆𝐿𝐼 can produce thousands of gold literally endlessly, and bots are taking advantage of this. However, I wanted to verify this for myself, and as such I jumped onto my paladin, who is level 50, and into 𝐆𝐿𝐼. Now, I did check this with my druid, and my druid could not see them even with war mode on and war mode off. It only works within 𝐆𝐿𝐼. However, because of the scaling with 𝐆𝐿𝐼, some of the loot drops and the item values sell for a lot of gold, and this is how they're making bank with raw gold. If we head over towards the Burning Steppes, and we jump all the way over towards one notable transmog farm, which is right over here within the Burning Steppes, you can see a ton of characters all farming this all up with a repair bot and everything all set up, and they're all in the specific areas just constantly farming this up. There is a couple of druids which are named some really weird names overall, which are flying around looting. However, we do have a couple of different other characters actually in the fray, just constantly fire blasting all of these mobs. They're pretty much in the actual rock, and they're all named roughly the same name. This is definitely botting, as the majority of bots or multi-boxing is not really allowed in WoW. If we pull up my Blizzard thing, he actually submitted a ticket for this. Now, the video in question is of the botting of the exploit and what's actually going about. At the moment, they're just farming for all of the high value items. They're placing all of the mages into a specific area so that as not to be targeted or seen by other players, and are thus farming all of these up, and they're constantly casting Flame Strike. This is a fresh feed as well as all of that, so I wanted to check it out for myself. So the druids are picking it all up while all of the mages are all in specific areas just farming this all up, and you can see them all like glitching all the way through and everything. And with my talk with 𝐆𝐿𝐼, he actually found this on a Russian site where it's actually being farmed up quite regularly on this exploit, and how you actually do it. Judging by this, with the inflation of the 𝐆𝐿𝐼, this is obviously causing a 10 ton of gold to actually occur. So this is obviously being farmed pretty substantially, and it's constantly being done by all of these mages and druids. Overall, it's lagging so hard because they're spamming it so much that the area is really hard even to gather it all up, and they're constantly running towards that repair bot to upgrade it and everything of that effect. You can see that all the names are roughly the same, and at the end of the day, these are how these guys are making a 10 ton of gold. 𝐆𝐿𝐼 actually double checked on US, and I've double checked on EU, and thus this seems to be happening pretty much all over the place with all of these different like bot names and what they're actually named and everything. If you can check out the names and everything, they're pretty much exactly the same with a weird like guild name and everything. I think we know what we're happening. Blizz, please can you just nerf this, because at the end of the day this will affect the markets, especially when it comes towards raw gold, and more gold in the system is going to cause a bit more of a problem overall for us gold makers and just everyone in general, and makes the game a little bit less enjoyable if these guys are constantly farming up these specific areas within 𝐆𝐿𝐼 and just exploiting the hell out of it in order to make tons of raw gold and injecting it into the economy. All I'm going to say is, please can you nerf this so it just actually gets fixed. I'm happy to lose one transmog farm over this. Have a lovely rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be soon.